Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us today for the Dyness webinar on Stack100, DH200F, and project solutions. We are excited to have you with us as we take a deep dive into Dyness' latest energy innovations and explore how these solutions are shaping the real-world commercial, industrial, and project across the globe. My name is Olivia Nambeja. I'll be your host for today. I am a customer sales representative at Nastech, proudly supporting the African region. It's a truly pleasure to welcome such a diverse and engaged audience. Joining me today are the two exceptional speakers, Engineer Norman from Nastech. Hi, Engineer Norman.
Hi, Olivia.
And then we are being joined also by Oscar, Solutions Manager from Dyness. Hi, Oscar.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Okay, nice to meet you. So during this webinar, we encourage you to stay engaged throughout the session, ask questions via the chat portal, and think about how these solutions can integrate into your own projects or markets. So I'll give the mic to Engineer Norman to move ahead, please.
Hello all, how are you? This is Naaman from Nastech. I'm electrical engineer, responsible for Middle East country, also North Africa country, Arabic speaking, because I can speak Arabic. So any customer, he has any question in Arabic, he can write to us, to me, I can help him for sure. Before diving into our webinar today, I would like to give an introduction about Nastech. So let me share my screen.
Please.
Yeah, just can you see my screen?
Yes, clear.
Yeah, okay,
Yes.
yeah. Nastech established in Dubai since 2010. We are here in Dubai more than 15 years. My manager, second generation from his family. They have company in Turkey since 1989. They are in business more than 30 years. Nastech started in Dubai in oil and gas business. Then in Corona time, we can say 2019, 2020, we switched to solar business. So we are in solar business as Nastech 5-6 years. We have now our main office and our headquarter in Dubai, GLT. Also, we have our warehouse in Jabal Ali Free Zone. We have office and warehouse in Istanbul in Turkey, and we have office and warehouse in Namibia, Walvis Bay. So our territory, whole Middle East, whole Africa, and Turkish market, CIS country. So we can arrange different country, different territories from different stock. For example, CIS country, we can ship it from Istanbul stock, and Middle East from Dubai stock. Also, we have customer for sure in Asia, like Bangladesh, Pakistan, different country. For the product that we are main distributor and golden partner for sure, we are golden partner with Dyness. We get the golden partner with them in Abu Dhabi exhibition in January this year. We have different brand also like Longijinko for panel, like the Huawei, Solis, and many different brand. For sure, we give best warranty, best support after sales and before sales also, so we can support you to select the product, specific product for your project, if it's low voltage or high voltage product for batteries. This is a brief about our company. You can also, if you have any requirement or any question, you can contact us by email to sales@nastech.ae or by contact numbers. You can see it in the screen. Also, you can check all our product, also the data sheet in our e-store, nastechsolar.com. I will give now the mic to Oscar so he can start the webinar and dive into the topic today about Stack100 and DH200F.
Okay, so I'm now sharing the screen.
Yes, please.
So good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's Oscar here, and I am an apprentice manager from Dyness. So today we'll go through around about Dyness product and the
Sorry,
Dyness
Oscar.
solution. Yes.
Yeah, I forgot something before you go. For the customer that they have, if they have any question, there is up Q&A section. You can click it and you can write your question. on the end of the webinar, me and Oscar, we will answer all your question. Also, if you want, there is a chat section. You can write your question there. We can answer all your question at the end of the webinar. Sorry, Oscar, you can go ahead.
It's okay. It's okay. So and also for the Arabic language part, if you want to ask it by Arabic language, you can turn to Mr. Norman. So Dyness started from 2017. We founded to focus in lithium batteries and new energy fields. Until now, we can do 3 GWh for every year on the capacity of production. And now our products have already spread in all over the world, over 100 plus countries, and we have already installed 5 million systems, including residential and commercial industrial. And in China, we are the top 8 ESS manufacturers. So we have a full base in China, and we have several bases in all around the world, including Americans, European, and Americano, Australia, South Africa, and now we are considering to place a new office in Dubai, and also we have warehouse in Dubai and a service center in Dubai. So Dyness now we have been very mature in the producing and in the testing, commissioning, and after sale pre-sales services. As you can see, Dyness our production line is quite professional now. The main cost of our production line is about $12 million, and we are using the top the top brands in all around the world to ensure the quality and the sourceable of our products. And also we provide very excellent services, for example, for marketing, pre-sales, and after sales. When you need a ESS new energy solution, we will provide with a very details, and also for after sale warranty. When you need to do maintenance, commissioning, we will send the people and we will do the training. So this is our products matrix for Middle East countries and for Americanos. By the way, this training will will last about 30 to 40 minutes, and we will leave 10 to 20 minutes for Q&A section. So these two products is the main products we are mentioning today, Stack100 and DH200F. They are two different solutions for the CNI scenarios. So for the first part, we will talk about our Stack100 as a revolutionary CNI products. So the main idea of this product is that this is a stackable battery with the plug and plug function, and every single module it is 5 kWh, supporting 15 pieces in series connecting, and supports 12 clusters in parallel connecting, which is up to 920 kWh. So this battery supports a DC voltage output from 134 to 876 volts, which supports most of the PCS machine, for example, from Huawei, from Megarevel, and also supporting the hybrid high voltage inverter like Deye and Solis 50 kilowatt inverter in the market. It is compatible and matching many mainstream brands in the market, which is very convenient for you to choose as for a flexible commercial industrial solution. And also, this battery supports 1C output and input because we have this battery. It is fan cooling, which has a better performance on the heating control. Also, we can inside of this battery, we are using our own Dyness BMS, which can conduct to a better performance on the controlling and stabilizing. So this is the plug and play module function. For every battery module, it is 51.2 volts, and it's a 47 kilogram without any wiring between the battery modules and the BDU module. The only wiring work you need is to connect the BDU module to the inverters or the PCS. So the compact is from 0.7 meter to 1.7 meter. This will be very convenient for 1 man to install. So this is the basic specifications of this batteries. And this is the main function that we are focusing for this battery, because it has a very convenient plug and plug function, and also it is stackable. And for every single battery, it is way lighter than the other same capacity high voltage batteries. So the installation for one cluster is quite quicker. For example, when you are installing one cluster with 12 modules inside, we support to install very convenient, which can decrease the time within 30 minutes. And you can compare it to the other battery type, for example, like the rack mounted high voltage battery. For one cluster, the installation time will be like 4 hours, 5 hours, because you have so many accessories and the screws. And also I want to mention here, for different clusters, if you want to parallel connection, we also have you also need to do the wiring. And if you want to divide one cluster into two, we also provide such kind of expansion base. And here is the expansion steps that I mentioned. For one cluster, we support maximum 15 pieces, which is 76.8 kilowatt hour. And for every cluster, you can do maximum 12 pieces in parallel. So this is how you install the stackable battery. Just put one and stack on another, and the installation will be finished. Also, all the cable plugs will be included here, and also the Wi-Fi log is integrated. There is no need to do the outside installation. Just you can connect the grounding, DC, and the communication. All the wiring work is finished. Then turn on the switch. Then we can get started. And also for high voltage and commercial industrial solutions, and also for the projects, people are caring about the safety issue. And within inside our battery, we have integrated aerosol extinguisher. So when there is a fire, and also we integrated temperature and gas sensor. So when there is a fire or there is some abnormal gas generated, within 5 seconds, our extinguisher will be triggered like this, to take off all the oxygens possible to put up the fire. So this is the cooling module of our battery, to make sure this battery have a longer life. And you can see here, this is the air inlet, here the air outlets, to make sure the air comes within and goes around all the battery, to make sure the battery works in the same temperature. So for this battery, we are doing the warranty within 10 years and 8,000 cycles with the 1C charge and discharge. So for our battery BMS, as I mentioned in the previous webinars, the BMS is our advantage because we do the development by ourselves. So that's why we can do after sale maintenance, and also we can do customize very quickly, because we are the first party to deal with the BMS. And also our control is stabler than the others in the market. So this is what we have in the BMS. We have passive balancing to control all the voltage in the same level for all the battery cells. When there is a there is a difference in between the battery cells, and it exceeded, for example, like 30 millivolt. It will trigger the passive balancing to make, and the higher, for example, here, the higher SOC will stop charging and to wait the others to charge together. And with this solution, there are less chance for our battery to have a SOC jump, and also the overcharging is the most dangerous element for the battery. So to protect the overcharged battery cell is also to protect the safety. That is why passive balancing or active balancing is very important. And also, when one battery cell is over discharged, it will damage its lifespan. So we also protect it from the over discharge. When any one of the battery cell it goes too low, it will stop discharge by our BMS, and it will wait until the other battery cell goes down on the same SOC level, and they will work together again. And also, by this function, it will also avoid the waste on the capacity. So this is the main idea of the passive balancing. So till now, we can see in the market, most of the high voltage CNI batteries, they are applying 0.5 or maybe 0.7 C rate. And Stack100 support 1C rate, which means that if you are using 100 kilowatt PCS, you only need 100 kilowatt hour batteries to reach a same level of charging and discharging power. That means you are saving almost one half of the cost to reach the same project solution. And if you are using 0.5 C rate of battery, and if you are using 100 kilowatt PCS, then you have to apply for 200 kilowatt hour batteries. That is twice the price. So higher C rate, as we mentioned here, is better choice for short-term backup and with larger solar system utility service, and also, for example, we can do like container solutions with a 5 kilowatt hour, 5 kilowatt PCS with 500 kilowatt hour, 500 kilowatt hour PCS with 500 kilowatt hour batteries. And when you do AC coupling to connect all the PCS together, and then you get a utility scale of a solution, which is very convenient and flexible. So what do battery means in the daily life? We can bring on this financial study to our customers. For example, when for any of the areas, if for the day ahead market there is a price gap, for example, in the daytime maybe like 11 or 12, the solar price is very low, and when in the nighttime the electric price is very high, so you can use the battery to do the peak shaving and load shifting. That means that in the daytime, when the electric price is very high, when the solar price is very low, in this time you can use the batteries to do the peak shaving. And in the nighttime, when the electric price and when the solar price is very high, and then you can use the power storage in the battery to fill up this gap in the curve. And when the price is too low on the negative price charge, negative price level, you can use the grid power, or you can use the solar power to charge the battery, and then you can maximize your profit with this battery and with the solar system. And this is the situation with only the battery. when we are talking about all-in-one cabinet, we have some different scenario. So this is the DH200F that I mentioned. With inside, it has batteries, BMS, and MPPT to control the solar panels, PCS and STS to switch on, switch off on the on and grid mode, and the EMS to control the PCS together with the BMS. Here's the secondary switches. Here is the 3 switches for 3 MPPTs, with and each one is 50 kilowatt. These 2 are the switches for the load and the grid. So the main idea that here you can see 100 kilowatt PCS with 215 kilowatt hour for the batteries, including MPPTs, EMS, and PCS. And this is a very flexible scenario for it has an all-in-one solutions. It supported the online grid mode and solar DG grid integrated to provide the energy. And we have schedule mode, peak shaving mode, and the battery priority mode. So this will be more flexible on the hybrid grid areas. For example, schedule mode means that in a day ahead, you know the peak price and you know the valid price, and then in a day ahead, you use the schedule mode to arrange the time of charging from the grid or charging from the solar or discharging, and to maximum your profit. And then you can use peak shaving mode. You can set a certain level of power generates or power consumption, and when the load or when the price exceeds some certain level, it will start to change its running mode. Here we also have battery priority. That means that in a low price time, in a value price time, the battery will use the grid to charge it, or maybe it will use the solar system to charge it. And when there is no solar and when there is no grid, it will the battery will turn on to supply the grid, to supply the load. And within this machine, because it's all-in-one machine, and we are using a whole air conditioner to control the temperature and to do the management of thermal. And for each of the battery module, you can see there is a fan. So we also support cell balancing for this product. And also, as for the safety design, we have 3 levels of detector. It's here. I will mention afterwards to protect the machine from explosion and from some other accidents. And by the way, Dyness products within 8 years, and we have also installed the 5 millions. There is still 0 accidents happened. And also here inside every single battery module and within battery cells, there is also aerosol fire extinguisher. So there is also optional choices for you. For example, if you don't want solar energy to integrate it, the MPPTs are optional. You can remove 3 of the MPPTs with a lower price. And also we have here a STS optional. If you don't want STS, we still have a ATS for you. So this is the safety issue that I mentioned. There is gas, temperature, and smoke detector inside, and also there is aerosol on the top of the machine and also inside of every module. So when any one of the detector is triggered, for example, abnormal high temperature or abnormal gas, abnormal smoke, the aerosol will be triggered to prevent any of the danger. That's what we call 3 levels of safety: on systematic safety, and on battery pack safety, and on battery module safety. So as for our EMS inside of a machine, we support 2 modes. to control everything. One is the local mode. Local mode, because you can see here we have HMI on the inside of the machine. So any of the control and the settings can be set it on this machine, and it will be quite convenient for you. But if the site is too far away or is too distant, we also support to do it online and remote. But we need to connect inside a modem to connect this machine on the local internet. And you can use the website and you can use the application on the cell phone to control all the settings. But anyway, we will give you a full training and we will give you a full knowledge for you to control everything. So this is a interview of the Dyness DH200F solution for your information.
Humanity's quest for action evolves with the times. Firewood ignited civilization. Coal unveiled innovation. Oil and natural gas lead the era of vigorous development. Renewable energy is an opportunity for the progress of the smart era. Dyness exudes with strength and makes energy smarter. Reduce environmental pollution and make energy storage smarter. Listen, they say.
Basically, a company with develop even management solutions. We saw big issues with good battery packs. So that's all why we started with selling and producing battery packs. We have partnered up with Dyness and did good cooperation with Dyness to produce battery packs and install them and connect them to the lift management system.
Release anxiety and use electricity worry-free.
We just finished our first DH200F installation ingress. So come and have a look. Hey, George. Oh my God. Hi. Good to see you here again.
Nice to meet you again. Μια εγκατάσταση ενός τέτοιου προϊόντος, επειδή είναι και κάτι τελείως πρωτοπόρο για την Ελλάδα, είμαστε, αν όχι πρώτοι, από τις πρώτες εταιρείες που το έχουν εγκαταστήσει και στην Ελλάδα και παγκοσμίως το συγκεκριμένο προϊόν. Είναι πολύ δύσκολη. Ευτυχώς είχαμε μαζί μας το support από την Dyness. Τα παιδιά ήρθαν από την Κίνα αποκλειστικά για εμάς για να μας βοηθήσουν στην εγκατάσταση. Οτιδήποτε δυσκολία συναντήσαμε, οποιαδήποτε απορία είχαμε, ακόμα και το training που μας κάνανε την εκπαίδευση στο πώς θα χρησιμοποιήσουμε το προϊόν, ήταν εξαιρετική σε όλα. Δεν έχουμε κανένα παράπονο. Πραγματικά τους ευχαριστούμε πάρα πολύ. Και εννοείται ότι έχουμε γίνει φίλοι πλέον και θέλουμε να τους βλέπουμε την εκπαίδευση.
Zero carbon practice allows real things to be cherished.
En el año 2022, cuando hay una crisis energética en España, donde casi el precio del kilovatio se duplica y triplica, siendo las facturas de nuestro consumo energético muy elevadas, y nos lleva a pensar en prepararnos para el futuro y no volver a ser víctimas de estos escenarios donde se dispara el precio de la energía, donde nuestras empresas es un gasto muy importante en la cuenta de explotación. Con el sistema de almacenamiento preveemos que podemos aprovechar más el excedente de energía diurno y lo podemos almacenar para el consumo nocturno. Y en este caso, como tenemos una batería de gran almacenamiento, también nos va a ayudar cuando se produzca un corte energético por avería de la red, nos va a poder permitir seguir funcionando la tienda. Hemos acompañado también el proyecto con cambiar las luminarias en energía LED y convertirnos en una empresa actual que colabora con el medio ambiente y también pues, ha mejorado su eficacia energética.
Sí, el motivo de elegir y trabajar con Dyness estriba en que tiene un portfolio de productos y soluciones técnicas que se adecúan perfectamente a las necesidades de integración que nos plantean los clientes y nos plantean los clientes y el diseño de la propia instalación. Hay un portfolio de soluciones de almacenamiento tanto para mercados residenciales como para instalaciones profesionales de baja y media capacidad que dan una gran cantidad de soluciones.
Safeguarding intelligent weaving. Turn one into many. Super long range. Subvert tradition and continue to innovate. Let every ray of sunshine be filled with greenery. See the world. The global journey of DH200F is still going on.
So maybe people will be very interested about the main differences about DH200F and Stack100, and maybe actually the main difference is about the solution and the scenarios to be suitable. For example, here we can see that Stack100 it has a better combination to the smaller scenarios, for example, like restaurants, shops, and base stations, because it can connect it with high voltage inverters from 12 even to 500 kilowatts. So it means that it has a better flexibility to do many other solutions. For example, if your project is ranging from a smaller part, and you want it to grow into a bigger capacity into next year, you can choose the Stack100, and we also support you to expand the capacity in the next year. We will also provide with the support you'll be needing, and we are recommending the combination of Stack100 and with the Solis inverters to accommodate all the scenario projects we'll be needing, like restaurant, shops, and community, school, farms, and charge stations. And there is one thing to be mentioned here for Tei and Solis inverters, because they have two DC inputs. So you will be needing two and more clusters, and then for example, in every DC input you can put in one cluster, and when you have 3 or 4 clusters, then you will be needing a combiner box. But for other inverters, maybe you won't be needing maybe you will be needing a combiner box with just with only 2 clusters, because they have only one DC input. And we also support like a good way. We are matching with them, and we tested it in the lab. But good way, we will be needing a STS box, and with this kind of a range, like 50 kilowatts and 100 kilowatt hour, we can already support some small CNI projects like workshop and small building enterprise. And also, I want to mention here as a extra, we are releasing our own high voltage inverters in this year, maybe like the end of Q2 and the start of Q3. And in the next round of webinar, I will mention more about our inverters for the next session. And also for Middle East countries, for example, like Lebanon and like Iraq, because of their special position, they are near the sea and they have the mountains behind them. So it will be easy for these areas to have a lightning weather. So you will also be needing a SPD protection and also the surge protection. So this is the main differences on the scenarios. For example, for the Stack100, it will be flexible for you to do the layout and to do the installation and to expand, because you can just parallel and you can just parallel one more cluster or one more inverters as you want. That is how you can run this project, this small scale project with very much flexibility. And for DH200F, it is hard for the installation and it's hard for the delivering, but you don't need to do the cabling and wiring by yourself. For example, all the components and all the, for example, like PCS batteries, MPPTs, we have already integrated in our factory. And when you receive this machine, you just need to put on the terminals for MPPTs and put on and for the load, the grade, and then you can run the machine by yourself. But it also needs some effort on the installation. For example, you will be needing a concrete base, concrete foundation to do the wiring inside. And it is not so flexible for you to expand, because every cabinet, the capacity and the power is fixed. So this is the main differences between these two scenarios. It depends on the project situation you have. So and also one more point, our ornament cabinet can be put in outdoor situation. So so you will not be needing to prepare a room for the solar system. But the Stack100, you still will be needing a indoor, maybe a basement, maybe a independent room to put the battery and the PCS together, and also you'll be needing some space for the solar panels. So and also for the maintenance, they have different advantages. For example, for Stack100, if any one of the module is broken, okay, it's very easy just to put up and take the broken one out and put the new one inside, then the maintenance is finished. But if the problems happened and you cannot know which part has the problem, then you have to also to communicate with the inverter factories to know what has been wrong. So it will be a little bit troublesome. But for DH200F, because all the components comes from Dyness, so it will be very convenient for us to check every part inside, and will be faster for us to locate the failure. So it will be depending on the project. But for both situations, Dyness here, we promise that every one of your project, we can make a design for you and your project, and we will be in charge of the training and the installing and the commissioning for you. So here's some of the cases with these two kind of solution here in China and in Hungary, because they are more interested in bigger size and in peak shaving, so they are installing more the DH200F. And in many other places, for example, they are applying the separated system, as I mentioned, the batteries and the inverters separated. they have different advantages, but we can conduct these two types of solutions very well. And in this year, Stack100 has been very popular within all the global markets. Now we have already almost over 5,000 or maybe 10,000 of orders for Stack100. So it is already been a very popular and a very new edge of products in this market, I think. So this is all for the our sharing today. And also, I want to mention one extra point that when we are doing CNI or maybe just a smaller commercial projects, we need to provide very detailed informations like the dust level, the humidity, and the distance towards the seaside, and also the load, inductive load, and many other aspects. I'm talking about this because I want to show that we are quite professional and we are chargeable and reliable for your projects. So this is the main content for today. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out.
Thank you, Oscar. Maybe I have some question before the customer. I just please. Want to remind the customer, if you have any question, you can send it to the chat section. Second, Oscar, it's great news that Dyness also they will have inverter coming soon. It's very
yes.
Now we can say exclusive in the webinar that you announced that Dyness will have in quarter 3 maybe the new inverters. For the I have some question, maybe then we can go the customer question. At first,
please.
Oscar, for the maybe Stack100, as you mentioned, it is a stackable. So the battery we can put it stacked on top of each other. So and in one cluster it's 15 pieces I can put for one BMS. So can I put the 15 all together in one cluster, or it should separate it because of the weight?
No problem. You can put all the battery into one cluster, but because of the height, it is the main problem. Because you have to put one cluster inside of the room, right? And for example, in the common situation, the rooftop is not high enough. That's why we have a extra basement, extra base. But if your rooftop supports such kind of height, there is no problem. You can put into one cluster.
Okay, very good. And as you mentioned, I can put in parallel up to 11 cluster. And you said we need a combiner box. So this combiner box will provide also from Dyness, correct?
We can provide, and also all the installer and EPC contractors. You can also buy the common type in the market, because we are not how to say limiting the protocol to the inverters.
Okay, so we can also, if not from Dyness, we can buy the common one in the market, what we can find.
Yes.
Okay.
Correct.
So if the same question, if we can go for the DH200F, how many pieces? I don't remember that you mentioned if we can put how many pieces in parallel, and if we need any additional device.
Okay, so as for the DH200F, we have a different type of condition. On pure on-grid mode, we support 12 pieces, which is 1.2 megawatts and 2.4 megawatt hour. And as for pure off-grid or maybe hybrid mode, we support 5 pieces parallel together. So it will be 500 kilowatts and 1 megawatt hour.
I see. And do we need any additional item to make them in parallel, or no need?
Yes, we'll be needing a combiner cabinet, but this will be also included in our PI, or maybe include our packing list.
I see. Okay. Also, I I would like to share something. If you can share my
Please.
screen, because you mentioned in the. So as Oscar mentioned, can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Yeah. As Oscar mentioned, for DH200F, the MBBT and STS is optional. So here in our eStore, as you can see, you can have all the cases that what you can do with the DH200 F. For example, one MBBT, it will be 50 kilo watt peak. Also on grid for sure 100 kilo. Here no STS, it is no off grid. Here different option. There is one MBBT, there is STS. We can do like this, all the options. We have 3 MBBT as Oscar mentioned, so it will be 50, 100, 150, and with STS or without STS. So this is the option that you can change by, it depends on your project and the design. And you can also see all the options in our e-store. The price for sure will change if you don't have no need, no like this here, no BV, no off-grid, just the on-grid one. It will be the cheapest one and the most expensive full MBBT and full package, we can say. This is now this is my questions. We can also check the customer question and we can
Okay.
answer
So
them.
let me.
Yeah,
Okay. So
one customer asked, can we have the record? For sure, we can. We will share it in our YouTube channel. So you can go to Nastech Solar on YouTube. You will see all the webinars. Also, as Oscar mentioned, we did before one webinar. So it's already posted in our YouTube channel. You can watch it, and this webinar will be posted, and for sure the future webinars also will be posted in our YouTube channel. Second question, can you explain about the battery cell balancing and battery calculation process of the battery and compatibility with the inverter DH200F included the STS function? This did you read the question, Oscar, or do you want me to repeat it?
Yeah. So as for our passive balancing function, we have 3 points of triggering. For the first one, on SOC10 and on SOC90, we will check the SOC of every battery cell, and when it detected a differences on the battery cells, between the battery cells, it will trigger this function, and it will stop the charge or discharge on the abnormal battery cell. And also the third one is the differences on the battery cells. When any of the battery cell it has a difference on battery cell voltage about 30 millivolt. It will also trigger this function, and it will stop the charge or discharge of this abnormal battery cell. So this is the first one, and then the second one, I just see that you are asking for the compatibility of the inverters. I will show you the compatible list later on, and also for the DH200F included the STS function. Yes, you can see here. Here, the STS is optional. If you need, we can put inside this STS, and you will have the STS function. The on and off grid switching time will be 20 milliseconds. And if you don't need, we will put inside the ATS. It will be around 100, 200 milliseconds. So it depends on your project. If you have some kind of critical load, then you can decide if you need or don't need this.
Okay, thank you, Oscar. We have a question. Can we connect multi-racks to one BMS, or we must have BMS?
For example, I think you're talking about Stack100, right?
Stack100, yes, I think same.
Yeah. So you won't be needing an extra BMS. Our battery rack it is using master and slave mode. So this master battery BMS, it will control all the slave BMS. All you need, I think, is just a combiner box for DC current.
Another question. Do you have any tools to find out required watts using by customer by adding their available device at site?
For this, I think maybe it's better for you to make a customer load profile.
Visit.
For example, when I will make an example for our Iraqi project. The customer they already have a customer load profile. It will be faster for us to make you a project, because I do be very frankly, because we already have over hundreds of projects in all around the world. So, and we are not as familiar with the local market as you do. So it is better that you provide with the precise informations, and we will provide with a checklist. You can fill in the checklist, and we will make you the project and also the commissioning. This will be better, I think.
Okay. Second question, what is the testing process for STS? Do you provide any report?
Yeah, sure. Our DH200F has already been very mature in the market, as it has been, I think, for 2 or 3 years. So if you need any reports, I think we have. You can communicate to Mr. Norman, and we can communicate in the email, and I will share all the reports you are requiring.
Okay. Another question, I'm asking about how to select the type of connection if we cannot control wires.
Actually, I'm not so. I didn't follow up. Well, what do you mean by what kind of connection you are select? If you cannot control wires, please make some more detailed explanation.
Yeah.
Series or parallel. So, for example, when you have a inverter, right, a hybrid inverter, I think you are talking about the Stack100. So when you have an inverter, it has a certain level of voltage. For example, like 3050, maybe its DC voltage level is on 600 or maybe 400, and every single battery module it is 51.2 volt, right? So maybe you will be needing like 10 pieces in series connecting, so the battery voltage will be around 500, and this will be suitable for this for the inverter you are applying. It will be, and then you will be needing if you are needing larger capacity, then you will be needing to connect it with the same cluster, like a 10 10 and 10, to connect it together, and then you get a larger capacity. It will be depending on your need and how you design the solution. But if you are interested, maybe also I can also talk in a new round of this webinar. I can also talk about how to design a proper solution for the customer, if you are interested.
Thank you, Oscar. Also, yeah, can you briefly explain the testing process after installation STS?
Okay, but because the STS is already integrated, as same as all the other components. So it is already installed inside of the factory, and inside the factory we will do all the function testing and all the aging testing and all the simulating testing. After that, we will deliver the machine to your site. When reaching on your site, we will do the commissioning, and we will have people to test all the functions, for example, like schedule mode, like peak shaving mode. When all the function you needed, we test it and it's approved, and then we can give you the key, and you can run the strategy of this machine.
Okay. Yeah.
Explain later. House. Okay. I think I will search for. So wait a second. I will share my screen to. So now we are searching for for example, like a Solis inverter. For example, I will take some example for Solis inverter. Solis inverters. Maybe we can take a 50 kilowatt Solis inverter.
If you want, I can share the data sheet. If you want the data sheet or what you are looking.
I'm searching, and when I click, when I click open it, I will share the screen.
Okay, no problem. I can share, no problem. Let me share.
Okay. Please,
we have it
share
in our e-store.
Yeah.
So just
and please share the screen.
Yes, for sure. Here, this is for Solis, the battery voltage range from 150 up to 800 volt.
Okay, so as you can see that the rated voltage is around 600 volt, and the startup voltage, I think it's for MPPT, right?
Yeah, down. You cannot see down. This is,
Yeah.
Battery
For the battery
voltage
side, it's 150 to 800 volts. So, for example, our battery module, the voltage is 51.2 volts. So, as for this inverter, you can use from 3 pieces of Stack100 to 15 to not 15 to 14 pieces, because 14 multiply 50, it is around the 720 volts. Maybe you can also add one more, but it will cause some instability of this system. And for this system, you can use, because Solis inverter, you already know it has 2 DC inverters. So now you have the solution. One DC input you can put inside 3 to 14 and another 3 to 14. And if you want to ensure the C rate of charge and discharge, you will also have to check here the maximum and maximum charge and discharge current, because we are using 1C as for the maximum charge and discharge rate. So the output current will be 100 ampere, right? That means that for this product, maybe we can only support 0.7C, but which is also quite enough for daily use, and also will be good for a longer lifespan. This is how to like briefly select the right product. And also you have to consider the load inside of the customer. For example, if they don't have inductive load, so you won't be needing a larger capacity. For example, if they only have like 20, 30 kilowatts as the maximum point, then you only need to select the 30, 40, because they don't have inductive load, like engine, like everything else. If they have they have a lead, they have some kind of inductive load, you will be needing a VFD to start to slowly start up, because when inductive load start up, they will generate around 7 to 11 times of the voltage and the current. This will be very dangerous. This is the one point. And for another point, you also have to consider about the environment. For example, if there is many dust, right, then you shouldn't put the battery out of the door. Even if you put inside of the door, you should also close the window, close the door, make it a very sealed environment, because fan cooling and air conditioner, it is very easy to breathe in, breathe out the dust. And also, as for temperatures, even if for DH200F and for some other like kind of outdoor batteries, we don't recommend you to put the batteries directly under the sun.
Yeah.
Because you know that the temperature, the high temperature, is the most dangerous element for the batteries. When the battery cell temperature exceeds 60 Celsius degree, it will start to break, start to make some failure. So this is very important to know. And for the other and for the other side, for example, like a thunder and lightning, because you know, when there is a thunder, it will generate a magnet around it. So when the battery you locate in the same location where there is a lot of thunder, then you will be needing a resistor, terminal resistor on the communication port, so that you can remove the magnetic current generated by the thunder. This is also very important. You have to consider all the elements that is related on the site. So I think if you are interested, I would like to make another round of webinar on it if you want to know. Okay, so we can move on to
Next question. Yeah.
yes. Okay. The stacks are in series. How long time after installing the first battery I can add the more modules?
More modules.
For high voltage system, we have a time limitation. Within 1 year, you can add you can expand the capacity. If it's after 1 year you want to add, oh, it's okay, but we cannot do the warranty for you, because you know the new battery and the old battery, if they use together, it is very easy to decrease the lifespan. And how often do we get the manufacturing in the system? Can you please explain? I didn't get it. How do we get manufacture? Oh, malfunctioning in the system. Malfunctioning in the system. How do we get malfunctioning in the system? I think maybe I need some more detailed explain for that. Can you briefly, and could you please share the documents for this? It's not clear to me. Our requirements is for switching within and needs to coordinate with. Till now, we have already tested in the lab. We can do within 20 milliseconds on grid and off grid switch. If you need some kind of documents after this meeting, please send an email to Mr. Norman, and I will share with you about that.
For sure.
Yeah, a serious connection. Why don't you make a 5 battery and connect it to the 5 above it in parallel, so that it space better for the customer? When you are it depends on the space you have. For example, if you are applying the Stack100 in the warehouse, and in the warehouse the rooftop is very high, right? Then it will be better for you to do the serious connecting more. And if you are using, and also because you know, higher voltage and the lower voltage, they have a different efficiency in the working. So it will be depending on the site, the building, and the rooftop, and the space you have. If the rooftop is very low, and you will be needing more parallel connection. And there is another consideration. If you are using more if you're using more parallel connection, you will be needing a bigger combiner box and a bigger DC breaker. This will also be an extra cost for you, right?
Right.
Okay, so another one.
Yeah.
Does the AOI
Yeah.
pack have the load side voltage regulation capability? Like when voltage drops from to on grid side, the PCS uses battery energy to compensate drop the voltage to feed. Yeah, we have this function. This is the basic function for our DH200F to make up the how to say, the power factor. In our system, if you have the grid, we can promise that the power factor is above 0.9.
Let me open maybe the mic to Mr. Abdul Jalil so he can ask you this question.
Yeah, please, Mr. Abdul.
Yeah. Hi. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Hi, Mr. Abdul Jalil.
Marhaba.
Hello.
I just asked about the malfunctioning.
Yeah.
The batteries or the inverter or the total system in general. How often do we get malfunctioning? Because we know the malfunctionings is coming in all electronic circuits or semiconductors. It have these types of things. It's like the what we call it the PCs or the laptop. Sometimes it's got stuck. So are we getting in this, or is there any clearance basis on that aspect, please?
So you are asking about the how to say the malfunctioning and about the failure rate. I think you're interested in this, right?
Yeah, because
So,
I'm using in different batteries cells, okay, from German and from UK, also
yeah.
from Dubai itself, where Dubai it is from China. I normally get this signal malfunctioning, so I have to reset, and sometimes it doesn't take the charge itself from the inverter. I mean, these types of things happen. How often do we get it, and what is the best for your system to get a solution? Is it because of it's not compatible? I get doubt because the German systems I'm using, it also have. And I bought a full system from batteries, inverter, and you can name it whatever. Similarly with the one system I bought it from China. Nevertheless, I don't want to mention the names or the companies because it's not good. So can you give me advice on this and mention in your systems? I'm interested in, please.
Actually, I didn't quite follow you, but I can talk about the failure rate of our system and about our batteries. So till now, actually, we can start from the topics that you mentioned, the German system. Actually, now I think for recent years, Germany manufacturers they are not so how to say aggressive on the new technology and on the new products. They are still staying on the same level like 3 years, 5 years ago. So that's why I think China is taking more and more markets. But the same in Chinese brands, there are still different level. For example, there are high-end brand, low-end brand. If you are talking about the malfunctioning and or about the failure rate, it is more about the product and the service you get. So as we mentioned, the Dyness battery we haven't even one accident till now within 8 years. So actually we are quite confident about this. I can make an example for you, like in Lebanon. In last year, we have sold around 12,000 of battery, and till now we only have like 12 or 20. We have 20 after sale issues, and it is mainly about the battery cell. We are using the battery cell from EV, but sometimes they also have some failures in their battery cells. So they have some physical abusement on the abuse on the battery cell like this. This is what it was, and it become like this. They have some changes on the shape. So this is the only problems we are meeting. And when this happen, we will change the battery cell for you. And when there is a a failure on the BMS board, we will change the BMS board for you. And as for your information, our failure rate on delivering is about 1.8%, and we will provide 2% of the spare parts for you to cover this rate. So actually, I think it shouldn't be a problem for you. And also, as for more information, the DH200F, we are doing 2 types of warranty. The first type is 5 years for the battery, 3 years for the PCS, and 1 year for the air conditioner. And another type is 5 years for more. So these 2 options comes with 2 different prices. So it back to the first phase. It is also depends on your budget, depends on your project, depends on the site. So I think there is no need to worry about that. And also not to mention that we are hiring local after-sale people in Dubai and in Iraq and in Lebanon.
For sure,
So,
this is Oscar. This is what I want to mention. Like for the warranty of any Dyness product, low voltage or high voltage, for sure we are as a golden distributor for Dyness. You can direct forward all your question to support at Nastech. We can provide you. We have now in our office in Dubai, we have different spare parts ready. So if some like BMS need to replace, we can replace it at the moment. Also, we can for sure replace full product if the full product is faulty. Plus, as Oscar mentioned, they now have a support team at site in different countries like Lebanon, Dubai, etc. I think for this webinar now all is okay. Oscar, thank you for your time, and for sure we are waiting you for our next webinar coming soon.
Thank you.
We can maybe go
time.
more deep about Dyness product, maybe inverter in future and etc. product. Olivia, I think maybe we can finish the webinar today.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. I would like to appreciate the entire audience. We thank you for your time you've taken to join us on this webinar. Oscar, we thank you again. Thank you also, Engineer Norman. So till next time. For those who are asking, I don't want to repeat. Engineer Norman informed you already. Who are asking for the videos? Our YouTube channel, all will be posted there. Thank you all. Have a nice day.
Thank you.
Have a nice day.
Bye.
See you soon. Bye.